to maybe play D&D together. I don't know. I got
Maybe.
lost in the plot. Um, but before we can do any of that, we need to go get a really shitty recap. Ra-da-da-da. Also, for those who listen to it, can anyone hear Narrowbot? Because he was acting like a whole ass bitch earlier, cutting in and out.
Yeah, I can hear it.
W. Okay. It moved on from really chill Lord of the Rings to kind of just eerie music, so we'll see where that goes in the future. But anyway, I think it's perfect for the background noise of the recap since we have some interesting shit that happened last time. Last time on What the Fuck This Is, the six learned a whole lot at once. You have many broad options spanning before you of what you want to do, where you want to go, and all of the various different threats that you now face, both as individuals and as a group. Kipley learned a little bit about Ravinica and the timeline on that, learning that it isn't something that you have to do at late levels. It could be done at close to mid levels, and that it was on the move and causing both her patron and her other patron, Evelyn Kroll, both worry and delight, as it was clear a decision was needed to be made soon in the future. The group as a whole, however, had lost the artificer known as Rictus Nordrum, taken away to what you believe work on the arcane detonator that the heralds are trying to build to bring about a second cataclysm, or maybe even fix the first one, who knows. You all woke up on the cliffs of Portcliff and had a discussion about what you wanted to do. It was left in the open of exactly where you wanted to go next, but it was clear you wanted to leave Portcliff. And you solidified that after walking down and immediately starting a kerfuffle with the guards. Or not really the guards, more as the volunteer guard known as the Poppers. They were pissy. They were also harassed by random people trying to get into a stadium that's under investigation. And there was your mama jokes thrown about. It was hilarious. It was funny. And a child got their face thrown in the dirt, and Mustang got slapped in the face before a fight almost broke out. And Kipley, luckily, with the aid of, we're going to call it the Monarch of Mischief, and Dom not reading rules, managed to charm people long enough so that you could distract them and run away. Fantastic plan for leaving the city. A talk was had afterwards, rightfully so, as Duradon, someone who is known to be not just a friend of the group, but a hired protection unit, specifically to Kipley, but also the Six as a whole, by Evelyn Kroll, began to doubt his position within the group, as many bad decisions, many chaotic decisions, lack of communication, way more than he bargained for, all started to add up, and it broke the barbarian mentally, causing him to call home. And after E.T. called home, a conversation was had with Evelyn Kroll. Evelyn explained that while the group may not be the smartest, may also not be of the most importance within the newer ranks of vassals, and even have little to no record of showing their value besides completing one still impressive job, only one job, for the guild, and essentially boil it down to getting Kipley to Ravinica safely and keeping her happy by keeping the rest of the group alive was of Duradon's utmost importance. It was clear that there was going to be a little bit more of a bargain necessary in order to keep the barbarian happy. And it was revealed to the group as a whole, as players, not in character, of course, that Duradon carried something very valuable. Explained by Evelyn Kroll, you were told that the item that you carry, the weapon you took out of the Varnak's chest, the one that was sealing it and keeping it from regenerating its wounds and not using many of its higher level spells that it could have cast, was one of a trio of weapons, all extraordinarily powerful on their own, but together could rival that of a monarch if wielded by someone who knew what they were doing. You already having one, which she counted for as partial payment, as a stroke of luck that you could walk out of this island alive while wielding it. You don't know if she was saying that as a mere mention or if she actually helped in you being able to wield the blade for the first time. Who knows? But she said that she will help you find its sister, as its brother is being held by the monarch of dragons, and the sister is currently far, far away from your current position and what you assume to be the edges of the Shrouded Isle. She said that she would tell you where it is, and if possible, would have Jay teleport you there in exchange for keeping up your end of the bargain. She also warned you, as you got a little excited at the thought of having not one but two blades of equal power like this, not to overstep your bounds. It was clear that she was willing to negotiate in a place where she would normally have commanded. So you very much acted on that bit of either desperation or neediness and got away with it this time. Potentially trying to renegotiate a contract in the future. Who knows how that will go. But feeling a little more satisfied and having slightly more of an informed job description, you returned back to the world of the living as that brief moment where your heart stopped and time froze ended. And everyone went about the longest way of describing that they would like to go in the same direction, back towards the docks. Look for Sudafed in the future as it changes babies into... Oh my god. That's funny. Yeah, that is super early in our session. You all went to the docks. There was a bit of a small quarrel between Kipley and Duradon as she threw down a bunch of gold, saying to help, quote-unquote, pay for his services and all of the damage done. And you ended up having a few different conversations. Kipley, sitting in the top of Crow's Nest, had a conversation with Mustang about the future, about taking whatever on as a group, no matter what it is, and being supportive of one another, even if they make chaotic decisions, and not to feel like you owe anything rest of the about killing people with our bare hands. That too. Well, I was. Maybe you don't cut me off, Ash. No, I'm kidding. You're typing that. I'm just reading. The secondary part of conversation was briefly them asking each other about how they got away from the heralds. As a base description had been given the night prior, but they both shared a similar experience. One lost control of their body to something ancient, old, and dangerous, and the other birthed a new eldritch nightmare but was in full control of their actions as they drained away the life of a lot of not so innocent men, but still unawakened men at that. You had a brief bit of bonding and understanding, and then we cut away to a cute little interaction between Mammoth and Jorg. Jorg, the little dragonborn, well, certainly not little. Jorg, a large dragonborn bowsman who you hired to fix the ship. You helped him repair one of the splintered beams that helps kind of keep up one of the hammocks in the rooms underneath the ship. And got some information that your awakened shrub was getting pretty close to blooming. Meanwhile, Mustang and Duradon had the conversation of the ages. I think it was like 45 minutes of straight RP going back and forth, asking each other and portraying some fucking beautiful morality and ideas that ultimately ended in Duradon explaining his way of reasoning and essentially getting down to the point that this group is important for many different reasons. As a group of friends, as a group of vassals, as people who need to make sure they stay alive and to keep each other alive. In order to do that, communication is needed, someone to point the way is needed, a general sense of helping yourself become stronger in both buying items like potions, preparing before you go on quests, and mainly the thing is advertising for yourselves by doing more jobs that actually will get you reputation and standing with those that it matters with. And in order to do all of that, something that was of dire importance was a leader. And although not someone who wished for this to fall upon them, but ended up doing so anyway, that was clearly pointed to Mustang Strums. As in the end, Duradon gave the idea that you are one of the more charismatic members of the party, persuasive members of the party at that, and also seem to have the least amount of connections to Paradise Peak, as you are not a vassal. However, clearly, despite that, you care for people in the group, taking on all of these side jobs and missions without the promise of gold for each endeavor that you have gone on. A ride or die smoky fiend being appointed a leader of a chaos crew. Group meeting was called afterwards. Xyrus quickly popped in with 3,000 gold and a warning that she wanted to raise because this is way too much shit that she signed up for, although she is happy and excited to be part of it. And gladly took the portion of gold that would have gone towards Mustang as that raise, as she both healed a number of levels of exhaustion from the party with one of the medics from the island that she had as a previous acquaintance, and suggested that the group points away towards a direction you want to go in. Whether that be the next major quest line that you go down, or just the next island you want to hop to. And you decided Paradise Peak, going back to where you started, is a good next step for the overall leap towards Ravinica. Doing hopefully a few jobs before taking off towards the island, getting stronger, making more friends, and progressing in any way, shape, or form that you can. Making sure you can stay alive on the journey that is to come. The ship set sail, and we rolled for a few encounters. to pass the time as you were making your way over the roughly 4 to 5 day journey back to the island. I didn't make you roll that many times, but I did want at least 2 encounters. Kipley rolled up an old friend encounter, as you essentially got to skip or bypass what would have been a minor combat with a sea serpent, as some land sharkians, recognizing the group's scent and description, stopped by and aided after having a brief conversation, or at least a brief understanding between Mammoth and them, as they recognized the savior of their original nest. And you moved on from that day. And then Ryan rolled. And roll you did. As a 96 net you a vague and chilling description as you were approaching Paradise Peak that the group didn't get to see or even know was happening. As on the other side of the island, still miles and miles away from its shores, an icy tundra of bone, of wasteland and ruin, and of potential danger or woe to Paradise Peak was slowly making its way towards its shores, unaware and unknowns to all who currently live there. And that's where we're going to pick up tonight, as we are now, for the sake of sake, 1 day away from Paradise Peak. We'll arrive there nice, bright and early tomorrow afternoon. As you start off the morning, is there anything that anyone would like to do before you arrive? If not, we can skip right to it. But one thing that does need to be done, before any of that, is Mammoth.
Mm-hmm.
As you awake the morning of, knowing that you will arrive in but a few hours back at Paradise Peak, you go about your normal routine, eating breakfast, walking around the ship, and you happen to mosey by your cedar block, and you notice there is an absence of greenery, and there is a decent-sized hole in the dirt where there once was an awakened shrub growing. As you pass by this, what goes through Mammoth's head, and or is there any reaction?
Where in? I mean, I guess it doesn't matter. Never mind. He'll kind of, I guess, just like walk past it and then do like a double take, and kind of go investigate, like, I don't know, the surrounding area, see if there's like
Yeah, sure. Go
muddy or
ahead.
whatever footprints.
Give me a perception check. 16. I love the eerie music to this. As you begin to look around the ship for any clues, you see there is a trail of dirt leading slowly and kind of broken up into some different pieces and trails, kind of leading you to believe that it might at some point have been crawling or potentially dragged up the stairs of the ship, leading back towards the bow, the very back towards the helm. And as you follow, almost like Nancy Drewing it out here, magnifying glass in hand, You reach the back, and looking through the railing, grasping two of the wooden bars, you see this small green figure that almost looks like someone just put a random piece of shrubbery on the back of the dragon's vow overnight. And you see two tiny little green leafy viney arms grasping the wooden bars as it just stares out kind of at the back of the ship. And as it hears footsteps approaching from the back, you hear in your mind, "Hello. Hi."
Uh, are you talking to me? And he'll like look at the plant, which I
Yeah.
assume he sees. Yeah.
And you turn around and you see this little guy. Plus the in-game visuals. Hi.
Hi. Did you? Are you my plant that I got a while ago? I assume.
I'm an awakened shrub.
Yeah, I could.
That's all I
Okay.
know.
Oh, well, okay.
I was
Uh,
born this morning.
how did that go for you?
Its face goes blank as it stares at the floor. Oh, I'm here. I can think. I
That's
know
good
we're
news.
friends,
Yeah, we're
or
friends.
at least you planted me and took care of me.
Yeah.
So I feel like I want to help you in whatever you're trying to do.
All right. Well, I don't really have anything I'm trying to do right now, but are you? Do you
Oh,
eat things? Do you want some food?
I, to my understanding of what your version of eating is, no. As long as I have sunlight, water, and potentially pesticide, depending on what region we are in, I will be fine.
All right. Yeah, that makes sense. Um. So like, do you just like? What do you want to do right now?
I was staring at a lot of water.
Yeah, I've been doing that a lot too lately.
I don't know what to do with myself right now.
Yeah, I've been thinking that a lot lately as well.
I'm just a plant in the middle of water with no land.
Do you want to go meet some of my friends?
Sure. Although
All
I
right.
warn you, I don't think I can communicate with anyone but you. I tried with the person standing at the helm and they just ran away, screaming, and I don't think they heard me. And I tried with this other guy, but he didn't even notice me.
Oh, well, I can. I guess I could. I don't know. Introduce you and talk for you or something.
Sure.
All right. And we'll go look around
Okay.
for the gang.
Yeah. You find everyone in various different states of waking up, as it is close to the crack of dawn, roughly around like 7:30 in the morning. There's a few people gathered around for breakfast.
Okay, well, just kind of, I don't know, walk up and, in a matter of fact, just like, hey guys, this is, Bush guy, I guess. He was born this morning and we're friends now. So if you see him walking around, that's why.
My apologies. So the item, I was reading the item description. I didn't actually read the stat block. you get to choose one language that you know that you can pass down. You can communicate telepathically with it, but it can also speak one language that you know. So if you want, you can have it speak Common, Druidic, Halfling, or Undercommon.
That's a really good question. And I,
Common is the most reasonable choice, of course, but you could
Common is the
absolutely be
most
that
reasonable.
guy. You could be that guy and just have it be a Halfling speaking plant or a Druidic speaking plant. Or you can have Xyrus really like it and have it speak Undercommon. The choice is yours.
I don't even know what the halfling language is.
You speak Undercommon?
I do speak Undercommon. I don't know
That's
why,
crazy.
but I do speak Undercommon.
Hey, man.
Hmm.
The man knows the stars above and the caves below.
Um,
But what would you like to go with?
Fuck it, Undercommon.
Oh
Undercommon it is. You can't change this. I will let you
That's
know
fine, I'll
now.
just buy a new plant if I decide.
Okay. Damn. Bro just said your life is only worth in gold pieces. All right. It speaks Undercommon.
Cool.
So as you're showing it off to everyone, it looks all of you dead in the eyes and just begins going, "Hello. I'm the little shrub guy." And all of you hear is
no.
Whoa. It was born this morning.
That's what he said.
From what?
My little box.
Your
My-
box
my planter
birthed
box.
it?
Well, I mean, I cultivated him and I bought him as a sapling
Can you just
from a guy.
make anything in that box?
What do you mean?
I don't know.
The box itself is not
I've
magical.
never seen
Yeah.
anything like this.
It is a normal planter box. But you did purchase magic seeds to go inside of that said plant box.
I
And for
think
the
it's
sake of
just-
sakes, one pumpkin has sprouted.
Fuck it, cool.
So you did buy seeds, but a lot of them got washed away.
Yeah. But I think it's just the seed that has life. I mean, otherwise I'd have a pumpkin walking around too, which it hasn't happened yet.
I
Or
am
at all.
indeed not a gourd.
What'd she
I
say?
am a person.
He's a person. He's not a gourd.
Alright.
He's
It's
so
not actually spit
cute.
I kind of think so too.
What are you gonna do with him?
I have no idea. I asked him what he wanted to do, and he just said he didn't know, and I also don't know. So we're just kind of
We are at an impasse.
we're at an impasse.
Oh, you two are perfect for each other. So, like, why did you grow him then?
I thought it'd be cool.
It is. It's so cool. He's so cute.
I was created out of circumstance alone. Tragedy.
What do you? Hold on. What? What do you mean?
I mean, when you think about it, you just made me on a whim. I still want to help you, but that's kind of sad.
I guess. Yeah, kinda.
I was made with no greater purpose.
Well, we can find your greater purpose. I bet.
All right. I will say it's not going to be serving butter, though.
That's
I
fine.
refuse.
You don't have to serve any butter. if you don't want. I don't mind.
Good. Good. All right. Want me
Does
like mop
Scrub
the floors
Guy
or
have a
something?
name? Oh, go ahead.
No, you're good.
Just good. Does Shrub Guy have a name other than Shrub Guy, or is it just Shrub Guy?
And he'll look at Bush Guy and say, how do you want to be called? Do you care?
You're gonna have to think of something for me. I'm just
Uh,
a shrub, unless you say otherwise.
Well, he says he's just a shrub unless I say otherwise, which I can't imagine is something I would do. So I guess, yeah, you can call him whatever you want.
Well,
Well, okay, well, not everything, not anything you want.
Thank you.
I think you should name him. I mean, you
I'm not very good
cultivated
at that.
him. Of course you are. You're so creative.
You bear the responsibility as my creator. It seems only fair.
I mean, I think Bush Guy is good enough.
I have Guy in my name.
Do you not want Guy in your name?
I mean, no, it just sounds redundant. That's like saying mammoth mammal.
Good point.
Mammal.
What about just Bush?
Not only. I feel like that could have references to other people named Bush. It's also a
alright.
very common item or thing that exists, so.
Well, that's why I said Bush Guy, because you're a Bush, but you're also just a guy walking around.
Come on, man. You can do better than that.
Mammoth, if I may,
Yes.
what if we combine Guy and Bush and call him Gush?
That's so much worse.
Just a thought. Very unique.
Please
What
don't
about
have him
Hieronymus?
name me that.
I don't know what the fuck either of you just said.
I'll be happy with anything you say other than gush. I will take literally anything.
Okay. Your name is Hieronymus Jackson.
That's fucking badass.
Alright.
Excuse my language.
No, that's okay. I don't mind.
How do you spell that? I don't know how to spell. I only know how
I
to
don't know
talk.
how to spell this either.
Oh,
Hold on.
fuck. We're not really a good pair for writing. What, Pinonorous Jackson? Is that what you said?
Hieronymus.
Hieronymus.
Hieronymus
Okay.
Jackson.
Right.
Hieronymus Jackson the Crangler.
Oh my god. Don't have Krangler. I don't like the Krangler part. What is it to describe the verb crangle to me? What does that mean?
You're just you're just crangling.
Okay, alright, well, I feel like I don't have a choice in this, so I guess I'm Hieronymus Jackson the Crangler.
Cool.
Give me a moment
Alright.
while Dom searches what the fuck Crangle is, just in case it has meaning. Because what the fuck?
I'd be more concerned about Hieronymus.
Nope. Alright, it means nothing. Okay. We're good. Hieronymus sounds cool, though. Hieronymus definition.
Oh, it's actually really cute. It means sacred name.
Oh, I know it was like a name.
I'm sacred. I'm
That's true.
Sacred Jackson.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm Sacred Jackson, who just crangles right along. Okay, well, this certainly is not going to get old.
By the way, I just want to point out, no judgment to how anyone plays their stats. This thing is just about as smart as half the party.
Damn.
Rude.
If
That's
not,
hella
maybe
funny.
smarter than some people. Oh.
Judgment to how you guys play your character.
I'm not saying. Hey, we have a lot of intelligence people. They're just not here right now. But it has an intelligence of 10, which is equal to at least 2 of the other party members.
Oh,
Wait,
And I think Duradon, what's your intelligence?
12.
12. Okay. Not that far
Oh.
behind the rest.
Duradon, you and I are evenly matched, my friend.
It
When it
also
comes to
has a
intellect, nice.
pretty decent con modifier. And
Huh.
wisdom.
Some of us never went to school, okay?
Nope. This shrub woke up semi-educated and with an initiative of -1.
nice.
Anything else that you would like to ask Hieronymus? Or, this is not going to be easy name to shorten.
Hero.
Jackson! Jack!
The Krangle
Hero the
Boys.
Shrub, guys. I don't know about that. I'm getting too big Hero 6 energy from that. But anything you'd like to talk about the shrub with for the rest of the morning and or day?
I'll just tell him to go explore the ship.
All right,
And see if
explore
anything
the
catches
ship
his
I
eye.
shall.
Which, by the way, every time there's like a strong breeze, you do see he gets
no.
moved a few feet.
Oh.
Because he is a tiny creature. He's a small creature, excuse me. So he just kind of gets kind of blown over like a tumbleweed. And you see Zyrus just looks at it, walks by, and just goes, "What is that?"
Hieronymus Jackson.
Hieronymus Jackson?
Yeah, the Krangler.
I'm not gonna ask about that second part. Did you make that?
I grew him. So kind of.
It
From
looks
his
like
seed.
it looks like a person. Don't say that. It looks like a person.
Yeah.
Is it
He is.
intelligent? It's
I'd say
staring right
so.
at me. I haven't seen it blink yet.
Maybe it doesn't have eyelids.
That's more concerning.
I don't know why.
Small plant man, can you speak?
Yeah, I don't. It seems like I'm the only one that understands him so far.
I can't speak back to her. I'm trying. Hi.
And you hear an undercommon.
Oh.
Oh shit. This thing sees undercommon.
I
Do you
guess
speak
that's what it's
undercommon?
called. Yeah.
Kind of looks back and forth between the plant and you. I'm still learning new things every day. This could be very useful if we are sharing secret information. Not many people speak undercommon.
I don't know
Plant.
what secrets you and I would share.
She goes, okay, well, I was talking about emergency scenarios, not gather around the campfire and let's tell stories about how we grew up. Plant, and she shouts something in undercommon, and you watch as the plant salutes.
Oh no.
Oh, this could be quite useful. You watch as Hieronymus slowly turns and looks at you.
I both fear and respect this one.
Yeah, me too, man. But you know, she's fine.
All right, I'm gonna go attempt to not get blown off the crow's nest, but I want to see what height looks like.
All right. Be safe.
I'm gonna go ahead and just roll a straight luck check. Whoops. Oh, same result.
Not great.
You hear tuk, tuk, tuk. Just little footsteps of tuk 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 tuk. Tuk 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 tuk. He can't climb. He gets up and the smallest breeze blows him off.
Aw.
And he will repeat this process indefinitely. But that cute, adorable, and sad existence of a shrub aside, anything else that anyone would like to do and or say as you're approaching the island of Paradise Peak? I'm gonna hate this. I can tell.
No.
Going once. Going twice. Sold. Okay. As we begin, the approach to Paradise Peak, you all immediately notice a very different change.
Mhm.
There is no mountain anymore. No, I'm kidding. You.
Oh my god.
That would have been so great, though, right?
Relax.
You notice as you approach the island and some clouds above it indicate some of the first snowfall a lot of you have seen in a long time. The weather in this world is completely random. It doesn't follow any order, pattern. Seasons are a formality to keep track of because weather events can happen all the time. But as you approach, you can see the beaches and shores, the long, winding stretches of forest, and even the very tippity tops of mountains are all coated in a large white blanket of snow. And as the ship approaches, you can just feel this kind of slight chill in the air as this kind of cold wave of sleet begins to slowly roll in, kind of flapping and flopping up against the deck, and the sails begin to grow heavy and oh god, nope, word choice. I can't say anything anymore. The curse of a DM. You see they grow heavy and begin to slowly wane and droop a bit as just the amount of snow and the amount of sleet in the air just begins to weigh them down slightly. And this is, for at least your time on Paradise Peak, you guys' first time seeing snowfall. And Duradon is. As you begin to pull into the island, you can see the kind of very formal and very simple greeting that you had received all the previous times that you have been here is slightly amiss. Actually step onto land, you can see a number of ships, galleons, brigs, all different classes, sizes, and various different makes and models are all seemingly packing up. packing up cargo. You can see a number of people loading onto some. And there's just looks like they are far more busy than you have ever seen them prior. Even when you first arrived to Paradise Peak first, there was a large amount of ships that were both private and public vessels used for transport, some of them which you used to get here. And you can see it doesn't fully rival that day, but it gets pretty close, as the dock is almost full, with only a few actual open spots to dock the Dragon's Vow. And as you begin to walk into town, you can see there's a number of people moving towards the docks, carrying large crates, some using actual like smaller caravan trains of different wooden carts and hooded wagons moving down. It's just you've seen in a while. As you step foot on Paradise Peak, is there anywhere initially that the party wants to go to? Or any one that you would like to go seek out and or investigate?
What's our first stop, leader?
Do any of you need to speak to your sponsors or anything like that while we're here? Next stop, if not, should probably be the guild hall. That's where you'll get the good adventures, right?
It's true. Oh, we need to get recertified. All of us need to retest for our rankings.
What?
Does that happen with your sponsors or you're the guild hall?
It happens at the guild hall.
Okay.
Guild hall.
What does that consist of?
Has Dordan been through one?
Yes,
or
you
is
recently
it?
you recently just had to do one.
Gotcha.
You just had to do one in order to get the lowest B ranking, B5, that you could possibly get. It is required normally after every 3 jobs that you take. No matter their duration, no matter their location or importance, after every 3 jobs, you are checked for a reawakening, essentially, to see if you have leveled up or if you had any changes that has happened. Reason that none of you have gotten one so far is because you only have 1 guild registered job. But both Kipley and Duradon had it mentioned to them that you are probably going to have to get it, not recertified, but you're going to have to get re-ranked. It's been close to almost 2 months since you had taken your original exam, which placed the majority of you in mid to low D rank. Some in E. But yeah,